You ever notice how the most intelligent women in the room don't try to prove they're the smartest? They don't speak the loudest, they don't interrupt, and they don't chase attention. Instead, they observe, they listen, and when they finally speak, everyone pays attention. That's not an accident. That's a habit. Highly intelligent women don't just rely on IQ. They build daily behaviors that sharpen their thinking, strengthen their confidence, and elevate the way they move through life. And the truth is, intelligence isn't something you're born with and stuck with. It's something you build every single day. One of the most powerful habits is that they think before they react. In a world where people respond instantly, emotionally, impulsively, without reflection, intelligent women pause. They don't let anger control their words. They don't let pressure force decisions. They create space between what happens and how they respond. That pause is where clarity lives. That pause is where power lives. They also ask better questions. Not just surface-level questions, but deep, meaningful ones. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of blaming others, they seek understanding. Because they know that the quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions you ask yourself. Another habit is that they are constantly learning. And not just in school or formal settings. They read, they observe people, they reflect on experiences. They treat life like a classroom. Every conversation is a lesson. Every mistake is feedback. Every failure is data. They don't fear being wrong, they fear not growing. Highly intelligent women are also incredibly self-aware. They know their strengths, but more importantly, they know their weaknesses. And instead of hiding those weaknesses, they work on them. Quietly, consistently, without needing validation from anyone. Because they understand that growth doesn't come from pretending to be perfect, it comes from being honest with yourself. They don't chase approval. This is a big one. Most people spend their lives trying to be liked, trying to fit in, trying to meet expectations. But intelligent women know that approval is a moving target. If you build your life around what others think, you'll lose yourself. So instead, they build a strong internal compass. They make decisions based on their values, not on public opinion. And here's something powerful, they embrace solitude. They are comfortable being alone. Not lonely, but alone. Because they understand that silence is where you hear your own thoughts clearly. It's where you reconnect with yourself. It's where ideas are born. While others are constantly seeking distraction, they create time to think. They also protect their energy. They are very careful about who they allow into their lives. They don't entertain drama, negativity, or people who drain them. Not because they think they're better than others, but because they understand that energy is limited. And if you waste it on the wrong people, you won't have it for the things that truly matter. Another defining habit is emotional intelligence. Highly intelligent women don't just understand logic, they understand people. They can read a room. They can sense when something is off. They know when to speak and when to stay silent. And they don't let emotions control them, but they also don't suppress them. They process them. They learn from them. They take responsibility. No excuses. No blaming. No victim mindset. When something goes wrong, they don't point fingers, they look in the mirror. Because they know that accountability is the foundation of growth. As long as you blame others, you stay stuck. But the moment you take responsibility, you take back control. They are disciplined. And this is where most people fall short. Intelligence without discipline is wasted potential. Highly intelligent women don't rely on motivation. They build routines. They show up even when they don't feel like it. They understand that success is not about what you do once in a while, it's about what you do consistently. They also communicate with intention. They don't speak just to fill silence. They don't gossip. They don't engage in meaningless conversations. When they talk, it's purposeful, clear, thoughtful. They know that words have power, and they use them carefully. Another habit is that they are not afraid to walk away. From situations, from opportunities, from people. If something doesn't align with their values or their growth, they let it go. Even if it's hard. Even if it hurts. Because they understand that holding on to the wrong things will block the right ones from entering their lives. They think long-term. While others are focused on immediate gratification, intelligent women think about the future. They make decisions based on where they want to be, not just how they feel in the moment. They are patient. They are strategic. They are willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term success. They are confident, but not arrogant. There's a difference. Confidence comes from knowing your worth. Arrogance comes from trying to prove it. Highly intelligent women don't need to prove anything to anyone. Their presence speaks for itself. They are adaptable. Life changes. Circumstances shift. Plans fall apart. And instead of resisting change, they adjust. They learn. They evolve. Because they know that rigidity breaks, but flexibility survives. They invest in themselves, not just financially, but mentally, emotionally, and physically. They prioritize their health. They take care of their mind. They build skills. They understand that they are their greatest asset, and they treat themselves accordingly. They don't compare themselves to others. Comparison is a trap. It steals joy. It creates insecurity. It distracts you from your own path. Intelligent women stay focused on their journey. They measure progress against who they were yesterday, not against someone else's highlight reel. They embrace failure, not because they enjoy it, but because they understand it. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. Every setback teaches something. Every mistake reveals something. And instead of quitting, they adjust and keep going. They surround themselves with the right people. People who challenge them. People who inspire them. People who push them to grow. Because they know that your environment shapes your mindset. And your mindset shapes your life. And perhaps most importantly, they believe in themselves. Not in a loud, boastful way, but in a quiet, unshakable way. Even when things are uncertain. Even when the path isn't clear. Even when others doubt them. They keep going. Because intelligence is not about knowing everything. It's about how you think, how you adapt, how you grow, and how you show up every single day. So if you want to become a highly intelligent woman, don't focus on appearing smart. Focus on building these habits. Think deeper. Learn constantly. Stay disciplined. Protect your energy. And most importantly, stay true to yourself. Because in the end, intelligence is not what you say. It's how you live.